no matter what happens with automation and AI and all these things, um, you always have to have an eye on your bottom line or someone else will. And so you can never automate, you can never uh, you can never fully give up your financial responsibility ever. Like I, think a lot about Rihanna, of course. Any girl does. You might too. She's a great gal. But, when she started her career, she was, 15 or 16 from Barbados. Um, got signed to Jay-Z's label. And I think they were like, she's a star. Let's get her in the studio. Let's throw her on tour. It was the whole thing. And they set her up with these financial advisors who she never second guessed because she was not someone who was like used to managing money. Yeah. This seemed like a trustworthy situation. Okay, great. She goes on this whole world tour, working every night, touring all over the world. You would think, making millions of dollars, and comes home to buy a house. There's not enough money for a house. And not only that, she realized that her taxes had been all messed up. They were overcharging her, all of these things because she did not have an eye on her bottom line. And this is a great example of if you don't have an eye on your bottom line, no one else will.
Right.
So what did Rhianna do? Fired them, got a new team, wrote "Bitch Better Have My Money" about those accountants.
Wow.
Yes. And now, of course, happy ending, she's a billionaire. But I guarantee you, Louis, that Rhianna is signing her own checks because it doesn't matter where technology goes. You still have to have an eye on your bottom line or someone else will.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. I'm curious about old wealth versus new wealth.
You're obsessed with old wealth. I'm like, we're going to do a whole,
about
yeah,
it.
I know.
I'm curious about it.
I'm like, I should have worn like a Gossip Girl headband.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm like upset that I'm not in like a prep school blazer. Like, yeah.
What is,
I could have brought you some relics from my childhood.
you should have.
Yeah.
You should have. That bag,
A bag.
What is one way of thinking that old wealth still has today that makes them succeed? And one way of thinking that new wealth has today that makes them succeed over the old wealth?
Something that old wealth does really well is they leverage. Old wealth loves debt. They are obsessed with borrowing money at a lower interest rate than they could make investing it somewhere else. And that helps them exponentially grow money. And that's why in the book, because you don't have to have old wealth to do this. In the book, I talk a lot about paying off debt and how you should be focusing on paying off debt that's above 7% interest rate, because that's like high interest rate debt. But any debt below 7% interest rate, pay the minimum on and put whatever extra money you're going to put towards that debt into the market where you could earn more than 7%, because the market on average is 8 to 10%.
Yeah.
So you have that difference. So I think that is a key thing that old money does. Yeah, okay. They love to leverage, and they also love to grow generational wealth, which is why I have a whole chapter on rich kids too. With all the secrets of how to set your kids up, because kids are so young. They're zero, when they come out, pretty young. They got a lot of time for compounding. So even if you start with, small increments of money, you can grow them a lot. But you also have to remember to put your own max oxygen mask on first, because they can take out loans for school, but you cannot take out loans for retirement. So, don't get too caught up in it.
Interesting.
Yeah. And then the new rules of building wealth that I feel like the old guard needs to understand more is this whole rent versus buy thing. I feel like there's such a premium put on owning property, but in many places in America, if you rent and invest your down payment money instead, you're actually going to make more. So, I think old wealth is very obsessed with owning assets, which is so important. But I think new wealth sees the opportunity that is without judgment or the, having to do things just because everyone else did them.
Yeah. Does he want to create generational wealth with you?
Oh, my dad is really intense about for generation, wants it to be won't let you can't touch the money, whatever there is there. It's not, it's very tightly guarded. Because I think that he wants to.
What's he want to do with it?
I don't know, but he just doesn't want what happens to so many of his clients' kids to happen to us, you
Where
know?
you take the money, you spend it all, and then you're broke or something.
Yeah, or to just make a bad decision. But the thing
Uh-huh.
is like everyone's gonna make money mistakes. Like he's made money mistakes too. I've
Sure.
made money mistakes.
Sure.
You made money mistakes.
Yeah.
Like it's like don't cry over spilled milk as long as you didn't lose the cow. Like you have to take risk in order to like get where you want to go in
That's
life a
true.
little bit.
That's true.
So, but yeah, I think that it's complicated for him.
Your book's exciting. Future Rich Person, the new rules for building wealth. Not the old rules, the new
The
rules.
new rules.
I want people to get a copy of the book. A lot of great stories and lessons in here for people. So make sure to get a copy. Get one for your friends as well. If you know someone who's struggling financially, maybe they feel stuck, or maybe you know that they try to overspend to fit in, but you know they don't have anything in investments or saving, and they still have debt. Maybe just get them a copy of this book by Haley Sachs and check it out. Future Rich Person. I think everyone wants to be a future rich person.
Yeah.
They want to be rich now and in the future.
Yeah.
And I think the power of compounded interest, like you said many times here, the best time to invest was years ago. The second best time is today, right? So it's like put it in now, often, and as much as you can for long term. I've got a couple final questions for you, Haley, and I appreciate you opening up and sharing many stories about the bag. Securing the
You're
bag.
the only one who's gotten that out of me. I'm like, I have to tell my dad not to watch this.
This is a question I ask everyone at the end of the show called the 3 truths. You've already kind of shared like 3 rules for money, but imagine you get to live as long as you want and you have total balance in your life.
Ooh, I love
The
that.
money, the relationship, health, family, kids, everything. And you live the life of your dreams for the rest of your life, but it's the last day on earth, many years away. And everything you've shared in your books, your content, your messages have to go with you to the next place, hypothetically. But you get 3 lessons to share with the world. It doesn't have to be around money, anything at all. What would those 3 lessons or 3 truths be for you?
Number one, I would say the importance of rest. Like I have a pretty serious like TM practice, and I
Mhm.
think that it's something that's accessible to anyone, but like we're so encouraged to go, go, go. But what's really helped me get ahead has been being able to slow down and give
Mm.
myself space every day during the day. And I have to carve it out and fight for it, Lewis, to rest a little.
Wow.
Really, really, really helps. Number two, I would say that like if you are sad about where you're at, if you don't feel happy in your life, the best way to get out of yourself is to give back.
Mhm.
Find a way, and that doesn't mean necessarily with money, but just find a way to help someone. It be as small as smiling at them, but really, finding ways to give back to your community, finding a cause that you champion, like that's so important. Um, and third, I would just say like experiences over anything.
Mm.
Like, I think that on my last day on earth, I'm gonna remember, like, the sunset in Greece when I was, like, 34 with my best friends, like, in the summer, not necessarily because we were at, like, the fanciest hotel or, this or that, but just because it was, like, one of the best days because it was so simple, you
Mhm.
know?
No bag, but simple experiences.
Yeah, I don't care about the bags anymore. I
Deal,
know, but I'm
deal,
like,
deal. Those are things the experiences are things that I think we remember the most. It's not the nice house and the cars or whatever the things we have, but the people we share things with
yeah, and the bags.
and the bags. And
Yeah.
also you can buy the bag. If you want a nice
Yeah.
bag, get a nice bag.
Yeah. And on my final day on earth, I'm just going to think, please make sure Lewis sees that he's in my will to get the big Louis Vuitton bag.
Give him the bag.
Yes, give Lewis the bag. He secured it.
Secure the bag. Future Rich Person is out. People can get it right now. Also, you got a podcast, Financial Tea Podcast. You share a lot of your tips and strategies and lessons on there as well. And also just your social media is great content. So if people want fun, entertaining, financial content, they can go check it out there as well. Cover a lot of stuff on culture, things that are happening right now in the world. So check that out. Love your work, Haley. I've got one final question for you, and that's what's your definition of greatness?
My definition of greatness is people who are able to see that like the system is flawed and things aren't perfect and there's all these forces that are working against you and reasons from your childhood and your family not to, do it anyways.
Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoy this and you want more inspirational content, make sure to click the subscribe button below and click right here to watch what's coming next.